Hey everyone, and welcome to the channel. So today we get to take a look at the all-new 2024 BMW M4 Competition. Huge shout out to 704 Exotics for providing the sports car for me today. Definitely take a look at their website. They're always getting in some very cool inventory. That link is down in the description. This M4 is finished off in skyscraper gray metallic. MSRP start just under $89,000. And this is powered by the 3-liter twin power turbo inline 6. It is paired to the 8-speed M Steptronic automatic transmission, pumping out up to 523 horsepower, 479 pound-feet of torque. That power is sent through the xDrive all-wheel drive system, propelling this 3,900-pound sports car from 0 to 60 in 3.4 seconds. It has a top speed of 180 miles an hour. It also has a fuel capacity of 15.6 gallons. You'll expect to see around 16 miles per gallon in the city, 22 out on the highway. This also has a wheelbase of 112.5 inches. Its overall length is 189.1. It has a width of 74.3, a height of 54.9, and its ground clearance measures in at 4.8 inches. As we move on to the exterior styling now for this M4, there's not too many exterior changes compared to previous models. However, we will start off with the headlight housings. This does have LED headlights, DRLs, and turn signals. It also has the laser light technology. You'll notice the blue accents which indicate that. But new for this year, this has vertically aligned LED lights for the headlights and the high beams. For the massive kidney grille, forward-facing cameras right in the middle, plenty of cutouts to provide cooling. There's the M4 comp badge as well as sensors. And then some more of the honeycomb pattern for the rest of the mesh with very nice lines for that entire lower section. There's also gloss black for the end caps with more gloss black trim and functional inlets. And then some great lines at the front of the hood there to match nicely with the upper section of that massive kidney grille. Now, as we work our way to the side, this has a staggered setup for these beautiful two-tone wheels. They're 19 by 9.5 up front and 20 by 10.5 in the rear. This also has the M Sport compound brakes, and you can also opt for carbon ceramics for the M4 too. Now, you'll notice with the gloss black in the lower section of the bumper, it continues its way for the entire lower side skirt. There's the M4 comp badge, as well as more gloss black for these power folding side mirrors. They do have the camera and the turn signal. The rest of the gloss black continues around the entire window trim. And then all the competitions come with the carbon fiber roof, just to help lower its overall center of gravity. And for the side profile, there's a nice line just underneath that door handle, some more lines in that lower side skirt there to give it a really nice sleek design. And then in back, there's the gloss black spoiler, backup camera, LED taillights, all the sensors in the lower section, as well as more gloss black, and the quad tip dual exhaust, which we can take a listen to because this has remote start, so we can bring it to life. So you just triple tap on that lock button to start it up and to shut it off. You can also use the button on the key fob or the one up underneath to open up the power trunk lid. Now, being a two-door vehicle, even with back seats, you have plenty of space in the cargo area. There's a storage bin on both sides, and you can even fold down the back seats. So pull on those tabs on both sides, and that will give you a lot more interior space for larger items, just making this that much more practical. There's no storage underneath the floor, so this doesn't have a spare tire or any other room. And then you can push on that button to close it. The one on the right side will also lock the vehicle, or with the proximity key, as I walk away from the vehicle, it will lock. Now, as I walk up to the vehicle, you can use the door handles on both sides, of course, to unlock this. And the door panel has a great look to it. It's all blacked out. This has the Harman Kardon audio, there's brushed aluminum accents, even memory seats, the power mirror controls, trunk release, and a little bit of storage. And then take a look at the two-tone design for these M4 seats. There's Alcantara on the sides, black inserts with the bolstering support, and then all of the automatic adjustments along with the one manual control for that leg support. Now, in order to work our way to the back seat, simply just push the backrest forwards, and that seat is actually going to move forwards, giving me a little bit more space. So at 5'10", I can hop into these back seats, where you'll notice over on the passenger side, there's actually a decent amount of leg room. There's also vents right in the middle, and then all the climate adjustments, a little bit of storage, and an armrest. And there's even the BMW colors stitched on the seat belts. Now at my height, 5'10", even with a hat on, I'm just up against the headliner. It actually bows back up just to give you a little bit more space. So honestly, I could ride around town, maybe go on a short road trip and be comfortable in the back. This is only a 4-seater, so there's only 2 seats in the back. And right in the middle, you can actually fold this down. So if you want an armrest or you need to grab some items, you can fold down that seat by itself. And then with the amount of glass from the interior, it's not claustrophobic. It's definitely a nice place to be if you're looking for a sports car that has functional back seats that you may or may not use. It's nice to have them actually to be functional. And then let's take a look at the brand new M Sport steering wheel, covered in solid leather. There's carbon fiber accents. It is a heated steering wheel too. And then the same colors you saw on the seat belts are stitched within that steering wheel. Now on this left side, there's all the cruise control settings. Right side, there's volume as well as tuning, and then Bluetooth and voice commands. Massive carbon fiber paddle shifters on both sides, and then M1 and M2. But let's start this up now and take another listen to this M4. And as we come back to the gauge cluster now, you'll notice for the 24-year model, this has the updated curved screen. So the combined infotainment and gauge cluster setup. For the current gauge cluster, you'll notice the tach on the right side there, along with what gear you're in and engine temperature. Left side, there's miles per hour and the fuel level. Now to go through the rest of the information, simply just push this button right in the middle, and that will pull up your content. So now you can scroll through all of this information, just depending on what you would like to see, even how the vehicle is currently set up, and you have some other vitals that you can easily monitor and go through. And then you can also scroll over to your head-up display. So for the head-up display, it's currently just showing miles per hour and the speed limit sign, and then you can pull up the compass as well, and then you have a reduced view. So just again, depending on what you need to see there. Now you can also change the gauge cluster by pushing on M mode down below. So when you push on M mode, you can put this into sport mode. That is going to change it to where you have the driving modes on the left side, and then your tach and what gear you're in. And it will also change the head-up display to show the entire tach too. So if you're doing some more performance style driving, that's definitely cool to be able to go through. And then with M1 and M2, you can actually set these up depending on how you would like to drive. So these are shortcuts to get into all of this, to change it from efficiency all the way up to Sport Plus. So you can go through and have your shortcuts ready to go. So if you're daily driving or you're track driving, you have those quick shortcuts to be able to get through. Now, as we work our way to the left side of the steering wheel, there's all the headlight adjustments as well as storage, and this even has interior ambient lighting. Currently, it is blue at the moment. You can see that one just underneath one air vent there. And then as we work our way to the infotainment system, for the home screen, you have a lot of icons that you can swipe through. So you can go through all of these. You can even add some as needed, just depending on what you would like to have right at your fingertips here. And you can even dive deeper into all of these apps. You can also get into your M drift analyzer. So if you want to drift your M4, you can go through all of this. You can get this into 2-wheel drive in order to do that and keep track of all of your stats there. You have the Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, your seating adjustments, a lot that you can scroll through and dial in as needed. And then also on this left side, you can get into your navigation as well as your phone and music. And then for the entire lower section, there's a shortcut to your climate menu, so you can get into your heated and ventilated seats, as well as your fan speed, where you like the air to go, and temperature dials are on both sides. There's more carbon fiber underneath that with more brushed aluminum, 2 air vents in the middle, and then there's power and volume along with tuning and some defrosters, and then wireless charging, auxiliaries, and cup holders are underneath more carbon fiber, so you can hide those away as needed. Now, you can also use the shortcuts down below, so you don't have to use this as a touchscreen system. If you'd like to go through all of this, it makes it very easy, along with the rotary dial. And then for this shifter, let's put this into reverse, where this has the 360 camera system, so you have all of those different angles depending on what you need to see around you. It's even showing a puddle right here, which is very accurate. Pretty neat to see that. There's another top-down view as well. And then when you go into drive, you can also bump this over one more time for the sport mode, so you can shift using those paddles, or you can use the shifter itself. And with it in drive, if you push on the camera button, that is a shortcut to pull up the forward-facing camera in full screen. Now on the back side, not only is there park, there's also the adjustments for the transmission, so you can adjust how slow or quickly you would like that to shift. There's also traction control along with parking sensors, the engine start-stop feature, and the setup button is the shortcut to get into your M1, M2 as I showed earlier. There's also the exhaust note, auto hold, and the e-brake. A little bit of storage in the center armrest along with an auxiliary, and then there's also more storage in the glove box and more interior ambient lighting running on that passenger side. Now there's garage door buttons up top, and then your dome lights and a call button are up in the headliner there. And as far as visibility goes, from the driver's seat, with that thin pillar right there and large windows, for a smaller vehicle, you can actually see very well over both shoulders. As we set up now behind the wheel for the BMW M4, this is always a fun vehicle to drive. I've driven these several times, and I really like the fact that now we have this newer screen and this tech for the M4. I was in the M2 last year when they introduced this new design, and it was only a matter of time until the M4 got the same treatment. This is by far one of my favorite BMWs to drive, along with the M2, because you can get both of them with the manual transmission if you'd like to. But if you go with the Competition, you get this 8-speed automatic, and hopefully you've been able to tell how aggressive it is downshifting right now because I have it in that highest setting. And it shifts so quickly by itself. Now, if you're just doing some daily driving and you just want it to be toned down, you can put it into that lowest setting and it gets a little bit more relaxing. You can also, of course, put it in the efficiency setting, just depending on how you want to drive for the day. So you are getting multiple cars in one with this M4. And a mild acceleration. With that all-wheel drive system, you can drive it in inclement weather like we're in right now and have the confidence having that extra grip with that xDrive system. Now, as far as driving the M4, like I said, I've driven them a lot. We had one for a week, so we got to experience basically owning one for a week and what it's like. It is such a phenomenal vehicle to drive. It's so comfortable and smooth. A little bit more of a GT style car in the fact that it's something that you can daily drive. It's very well refined, so it's something that can be driven often, but at the same time too, it's not so much geared towards being a GT that you can't take this to the track or mountain roads and really rip on it. So I think it's a great blend to do anything you want with the car, set it up the way that you would like to, and have multiple cars in one, to where if this is your only vehicle, it's practical with the amount of space, with the folding the seats down, putting in larger items, and then it's just as fun on the back road. So we do have a video taking this through some twisties if you really want to see our thoughts with how it drives and performs in those situations. But it's one of the best vehicles, I think, for the price with everything that you are getting. Seats are also very comfortable too. You can opt for the carbon bucket seats, which was in the model that we had. So they are much more aggressive and actually a comfortable seat for daily driving. So if you want that added aggressive design, you can opt for those seats. I think they were $4,000 or so. So there's a ton of options with the M4. And with it still in Sport Plus second gear, here we go. It's neat that there's a small shift light that will appear just above both sides of that tack. And then we can also put it into sport mode, so that way you can see your gear too on the head-up display along with your RPM. So this is what it is like to be behind the wheel for the new M4. And I love how this drives. I think this is a vehicle that will be on my list just because of how fun it is to drive. I think I would go with the manual, but you can't argue with how quick and how raw feeling this car feels, even with this automatic transmission. With being able to set it up, it really is a different style vehicle to drive with the performance that it has. So you can't go wrong with either transmission. They are just lightning quick with this. I love the steering wheel too. It's not too large. I do wish it had a little bit more grip. I mean, these are pretty bulky right here for your thumbs there, but it would be nice to maybe see a little bit different of a design possibly it feels a little large. But aside from that, I like the position of everything and how it feels while you are driving this. But it is so nice. Suspension is comfortable even in the Sport Plus mode, and it's not all that loud. You can hear that exhaust when you get on it, but it's not overly loud for this style vehicle. But I am glad to see that it does make a difference when you have it on versus off. So that's definitely nice. And of course you can put on aftermarket exhaust if you really wanted to. But super awesome sports car from BMW with everything that it has to offer. You are getting a lot for your money with this M4. And that is going to wrap it up for today's review on the 2024 BMW M4 Comp. Once again, huge shout out to 704 Exotics for providing this for me today. Take a look at their website. That link is down in the description. Give the video a huge thumbs up if you enjoyed it. And consider smashing that subscribe button so you don't miss out on our daily uploads. I will see you all in the next video.